Hello, 8B. So I want to introduce you a little bit more to AMAL Unbound. By now, we have unpacked the beginning of this journal, the unit student packet that you guys have. Some of you have printed it off already. Some of you are just going to it on what you need and copying things into your journal, and that's totally fine. By now, we've gone over some background on Pakistan. Hopefully, you guys have remembered that Pakistan is right in between Afghanistan and India, and you've learned a little bit of the background regarding Pakistani history, especially looking at education and the fact that for girls in particular, going to school beyond a certain age is not really normal in Pakistan. We read a poem regarding an American girl's perspective of school, as well as that of a Pakistani girl. And many of you guys completed this pretty well. The double bubble diagram, which compares or looks at the similarities of the American and the Pakistani girl, and then their differences in contrasting their life. You guys also did some research on the background of slavery and servitude, this whole idea of being um, a servant, not necessarily a slave, but a servant under someone else's watch or someone else's care. And some of you even did this on your own, which I'm really grateful for. But this is kind of just a little bit of a preview for yourself on your beliefs regarding education and freedoms and different rights that people have. So if you did this part, you should have only done the before reading, of course, because we'll probably do this together at the after reading. If you didn't do it, it's not a big deal. It really is just kind of to get your mind open and kind of aware of some of the things we're going to talk about. So starting this week, so tomorrow, I guess really this week is April 6th on Monday. Starting this week, we are going to begin reading Amal Unbound. And as I mentioned at first, all of these chapters are going to be in 7 chapter clusters. So we're going to be talking about a certain skill for the first 7 chapters, and then we're going to go on to another skill for the next 7 chapters. Along with the skills, we're also going to be doing, of course, comprehension. So it's not just okay, I read, I remember, I quiz, I test. I read, I remember, I quiz, I test. We're really going to start looking at different aspects of literature, specifically characterization, point of view, theme, things like that, that we've been talking about throughout the year. So what you're going to see next is a beginning of our unit of reading, and you should have gotten this in your packet. So you can see chapters 1 to 7. Our goal for this set of chapters is while we're reading, we're looking for character traits, specifically of Amal and another character of your choice. I want you to also think about ways that these characters are different and ways they are the same. You don't have to do anything about this right now, but just good to think about as you're starting to learn about the new characters and kind of how their personalities are and such, okay? Some ways that we can look at character traits, I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. Some ways that we can look at character traits is to look at not just the physical parts, but the inside parts of a character. So, for example, the outside, well, they have brown eyes, they're tall, they have brown hair, they wear comfortable clothes, they are wearing boots, they have a green shirt. That's just the outside physical stuff that we see. So, when we're thinking about ways that characters are in common, I'm not asking you to focus on, well, they both have brown eyes. They both are girls. They're both Pakistanis. I want you to really specifically look at this side right here. In other words, how they think, maybe the things that they say kind of give you a preview of how they think or how they feel. So I want you to look at the inside, because even though outside they might even be twins, for example, the inside is probably going to be different based on their experiences. So the inside has to do with their thoughts, the words that they say, the actions that they take, the way that they feel. This has to do more with their personality based on what we're reading, on what the character says, what they do, think, or feel. Okay? Now, as you're reading chapters 1 through 7, to begin, what's going to be for homework with this first set of reading is going to be this worksheet here. It's called a character overview. I want you to focus on writing in, while you're reading, the left side of the column, the people in Amal's family and town. We haven't quite learned about Jawad Sahib. Even though you're going to learn about the Sahib family, we haven't learned about Jawad. So focus only on the left, okay? You can use it kind of like a cheat sheet while you're reading to help you keep track of the different characters. You don't have to list every single character, especially the little ones, the little minor characters, but keep track of characters that you think might pop up again. Okay, an example that's given to you here is Hafsa. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So Hafsa is Amal's friend. It's a girl. Hafsa is a girl who's in school with Amal. And you can add more than just Amal's friend. For example, in my reading, I noted, and let me see if I can add this in here, and you're welcome to do that as well. I noted that Amal is kind of a big dreamer. Hafsa is not so much. In fact, she is very practical and she is not as excited about school as Amal. Oh my gosh, this is all going over it and that's fine because I'm gonna go ahead and make it a set that can go there. Okay, so something I'm going to add in this little description, Hafsa, of course, she's Amal's friend, but you want to give me more than that because Amal being a student, as you're going to find, does have different friends. But how do we know that Amal's friend Hafsa is a girl? Well, I said she. So she's very practical. She's not as excited about school as Amal is, even though they're in school together. So as you're reading, you want to go ahead and make note of that. Who's another character, either in the family or in the town. So it could be a classmate or a neighbor. And then who are they to Amal? Okay. For homework, as we're reading, I'd like you to do that part. And no, normally as you do, you're also going to do noting what I've learned. If you want, you can print this off and just fill it in as you go, glue it into your journal, or you could definitely just take your journal, fold the page in half, the way that you might do if you're doing like a foldable, and then do this inside of your journal. But keep the left column with Amal's family in town. If you run out of space, hey, that's fine. Make one page for Amal, make another page for Jawad. Okay, so as you're reading, I want you to again think about chapters 1 through 7. Who are some of the characters and what are their thoughts? What are their actions? What kind of words or feelings do they have based on what you're reading? Make note of that. You don't have to put quotes, but you're going to go ahead and turn in a copy of this along with your noting what I've learned. Okay? I hope you guys are doing awesome. I want to tell you that I miss you guys and I pray for you a lot. And I hope that you're doing great. And I look forward to seeing you and talking to you guys again. Okay? God bless you guys. Be good. Bye.